So at least like 5 or 6 years later, they decided to come out with a sequel called, Men in Black 2. No special name or anything, just Men in Black 2. Yeah, this came out 5 or 6 years later, and this is a not so good sequel. And I did not really like this that much because it feels very lazy. It wasn't really good writing on this at all. The villain is very weak. The story is not really that interesting. It's not really that good of a movie. And it's a very weak way how they brought back Tommy Lee Jones as, Agent K. I find it to be a very weak way how they brought him back. And this fucking sequel is very short compared to the first movie. The first movie was like an hour 53. This movie is only like an hour and 28, hour 30. It's very short film. I think it's the shortest one out of the three. And it wasn't putting much effort into this film whatsoever. So, like I said, 5 years later, Agent fucking J, he's not with Linda Florentino, he's with Patrick Warburton, the guy that voiced Joe and the guy that played David Puddy on Seinfeld. He's his partner in this movie. Linda Florentino didn't come back because, I don't know, I didn't read it yet. He's probably done nothing there for that, probably. But, yeah, she's not in there. Now his partner is, like I said, the guy from fucking Seinfeld, Patrick Warburton. So he's partners with him, and he's not really that good of a partner, and he complains that he can never find a love in his life. He's always sad, and he don't like being single all the time, lonely. So he decided to, he don't want to be an agent anymore. So Agent fucking Jay decided to wipe his memory and tell him, him and this waitress lady, you guys should think about each other, blah, 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 get a relationship, all that stuff. It's just like, same thing what happened with fucking Agent K with his old ass partner. Same thing, he want to retire. It's like, it's basically rehashing like the first movie. Well, not everything, but just some things rehashes like the fucking first movie. Which is way better than this one. This movie is just a waste. And it's lazy writing. Which we're gonna keep going. So this main thing's about finding the light of Zartha. And these two bad guys are after it. One's like I said, one of these worm type of alien things again. It's like the first movie. Oh, the first movie was about like some bug thing. This time, I mean, worm is a bug, but whatever. Again, like with these bug things again, like it could have been like a different alien type of thing. Now, and this one takes a body of a Victoria's Secret lingerie model, which she is a pretty attractive lady. I don't like her that much of a villain. She's like the weakest villain out of the 3 films. And her sidekick is fucking Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville from Jackass. Look, I like Jackass. I like Johnny Knoxville. He's a funny guy. Does a lot of funny, goofy shit, or he gets hurt fucking hurt. But I don't think he's great as a villain, and he doesn't fit here. Just like this fucking broad, played by Lauren Flynn Boyle. Don't get me wrong, she's a really attractive lady back then, but I don't see these villains as great. They're not great villains. They're not interesting at all. They're not like the first villain, and especially the third villain. The villain in the third movie is the best villain out of all the villains. She's the weakest because she's not that interesting. She's not that interesting of a villain. And those two, like I said, are just looking for the light of Zartha, which is some powerful thing, make him powerful. So Agent J decides he's going to get K back because he knows about the light of Zartha. And he's working at a post office now. Well, these post office people. And, he's doing post office shit. Jay shows up, talks to him, trying to get him back. But Jay should know that he lost his memory. I guess he forgot that he wiped his fucking memory. I guess that wiped his memory also, I guess, seems like. Like, he asked him, like, Kay, you have to come back, Kay. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, he doesn't understand that Wilson... This Agent J doesn't understand he wiped his fucking memory. He keep fucking bugging him and shit. Then he's showing him around that all the post office people are actually aliens. Besides, what's that rapper's name again? Fuck, I was listening to some music. You got what I need. What's his fucking name again? Biz Markie. Rest in peace to him. That's how I happened to him. He played a rap song to him. He started making all these rap music noise. I mean, that's a cute scene. That's a funny scene. I like that scene. It's pretty funny. Then he catches this other alien guy under the fucking table, like flipping around all these males and shit, going really fast, smoking and stuff like that. Kay takes the smoke away from him. He's like, you can't smoke in here. It's illegal. Stuff like that. When he grabs another one and starts smoking it. I mean, those scenes are fine. You know, nothing wrong with those scenes, but this movie's just very pointless. Especially the way how they bring Kay back. It's the most useless way to bring this character back from his retirement. All because to find his life as doctor before these two other fucking goons find it. This one broad with big titties and fucking Johnny Knoxville, his worm thing come out of his body. Yeah, there's two Johnny Knoxvilles. One just fucking regular alien form, human body, Johnny Knoxville, and his worm thing come out of his neck is Johnny Knoxville. And make what's a corny, goofy ass jokes. Yeah, there's nothing about this movie. It's too goofy. It's way too goofy, this movie. I mean, the original one is goofy, but not like over the top goofy like this fucking one. But I'll say this one's better than fucking MIB International. I'll tell you that right fucking now. That fourth one was fucking garbage. But this is not good either. This is very boring. It's not that funny. Some things are funny, not everything's great about this movie. And, you know, fucking, what else is fucking about this bullshit? So, you know, Agent J decides to make Kay think about it, and Kay decides to go with him to the MIB headquarters. And everyone's saying hello to him, stuff like that, and they go to the room to get his memory back. But the bad guys show up, the white chick and Johnny Knoxville start talking to this guy at the table, and she opens her fucking chest, showing her titties. Which, you know, I got a boner looking at that. I was like, whoa, she got some sexy, fine-ass titties. I was like, god damn. I almost be like Johnny Knoxville. Like that shit. I mean, she don't get me wrong. She's a pretty attractive lady. She got some nice fucking tits, but she's not that great of a villain. And, you know, this place is under attack. She attacks everybody with her fucking worm things come on her hands. And now the guys, J and K, got to escape through a fucking toilet. So they go down the fucking toilet and escape. Yeah, funny, right? They're going down the toilet. into the city of New York. And they go to meet fucking Tony Shalhoub, which, you know, Agent K loved blowing his head off. Which, you know, like I said, he doesn't remember anything because he lost his memory a long time ago. So he talks to Tony Shalhoub about it because he does have a thing to bring memory back. And he admittedly doesn't have anything like that. They don't do anything to him. They just scare him. So they go downstairs and put his ass in that machine, and nothing happens really. It's because the machine's so old, it doesn't really work. Because they use it so long, it doesn't really work well. And Agent K got mad about it. He was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm leaving." He walked out, and fucking the bad guys show up because the bad guy, white lady, and the fucking Johnny Knoxville hire those goons to go after Agent J and K, stop them, and they get in a fight with them. The dude had like had balls as a chin, which, you know, somehow Agent J knows all their weaknesses. I guess he learns all about them because, you know, he's an agent, so it makes sense. And Agent K does all these moves against them. I mean, those are fun scenes, I guess. All these fun moves against them and shit, you know, fighting them. Those scenes are enjoyable, you know, but it's just, this movie is just not really that great. It took like forever for Agent K's memory to come back. It took like the end of the film or something like that. He actually fucking remembers everything. And we got other characters like Rosario Dawson, who's this lost princess, who's from Zartha. She has a power source and stuff like that, and they find her and all that stuff. Will Smith has a crush on her, and, you know, they make out, blah blah blah. You know, like I said, Rip Torn returns. Like I said, he returns in this movie. Michael Jackson makes a cameo. Martha Stewart makes a cameo. Funny. And you got Nick Cannon as an autopsy agent and stuff like that. Yeah, he showed his face in this movie. I'm not really a fan of Nick Cannon that much anyways, so I don't really care about that fucking guy. Then they go to fucking what's his name's house? Fucking David Cross's house. Once again, he's back in this movie. He's playing a different character, I think, and they go to his fucking nerd room in his attic or something to watch the fucking DVD, act like a nerd and remember all the fucking lines and shit. All that other bullshit. Yeah, this fucking movie is just not really that great. I don't get why this movie was even made. I don't get how. What's this director was thinking of? Barry Sorenfeld, whatever his fucking name is. I don't know what he's thinking of when he did this movie, when he directed this film. Like, this film was not good. I don't know what kind of writers they got for this shit, but they didn't know what the hell they were doing with Men in Black 2. It should have been way better than this. Like I said, this villain is pretty weak. She's not really that great of a villain. Only thing's good about her is her big ass titties. That's the only thing that's good about her. That's it. Johnny Knoxville was a terrible villain too. He wasn't that great of a villain. I'm like, like, why is shit so goofy? This second one. Shit was too goofy. And it took fucking Rosario Dawson to this place to keep her hidden from those bad guys. This alien bug house, and it's like a really small house. They had to bend over to get in there. She got hide there with all those horny ass aliens. All that other bullshit. So, good lord. And they got fucking Rosario Dawson's character safely back, you know, to her planet, blah, blah, blah. Took care of the aliens and stuff like that. Like I said, this movie wasn't really that interesting. Like, it was just really weak how they brought back Agent K. It was the weakest way to bring a character back possible. Yeah, like I said, weak villains, fucking weak storyline, very pointless characters. It's just a really lazy sequel, and it's just too goofy. Like, the first one actually had charm. It actually had a story. It has a great thing going with it. Great characters, great villain. Fucking this bug monster dude. Man, the first one was actually badass. You know, this one is not really that badass. This is like way more of a comedy than anything. I mean, yeah, the first one was a comedy, of course, but it wasn't like full-on comedy like all the fucking time. It was mostly like a little more serious. The first one, a little more serious than a comedy, especially the animated series, which that's like real darker. And still was comedy in there. It was like more of a darker tone of a show, you know. Well, like I said, like. This could have been done a lot better. It should have had like a better storyline towards this shit. I don't know what they were thinking of with this whole story. The third one's way better. It's a way better film than this. Way better. That movie has a better villain, better story told. This shit, I don't know what was going on in the director's mind and the writers. I don't know what they were thinking of when they did this film. Yeah, this movie is definitely the weakest of the trilogy. It's definitely the weakest. I'll watch this once in a while, but that's it. It's like, only when I'm like really fucking bored, I'll watch this shit. The most ones I'll actually watch is 1 and 3. Just like with Rush Hour. The only most ones I would watch is 1 and 3. The second one sucked ass for the Rush Hour 2. Men in Black 2, is it better than Rush Hour 2? Yes, of course. Rush Hour 2, that shit was boring as fuck. This actually has some good jokes. Not all of it's good. Rush Hour, yes, that has some good jokes too, but this had a little bit more of a better story than fucking Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 2 didn't have a good story at all. It was bland as fuck. You know? Yeah, you know what? Maybe her titty's not really that big, but it has a nice feature to it, though, to be fair. But, yeah. This movie was very weak, lazy writing, weak-ass villain. Brought K back the most corniest way possible. And not really that good characters in this film. Not really that good characters. I forgot about the whole IMDb trivia thing, my mistake. Here's the whole Linda Florentino thing here. I found out right here. It said Linda Florentino was originally attempted to reprise her role as Agent L, before eventually was being dropped from the script. So they just completely just dropped her after the movie was over. After the first movie. Okay. That's it, I guess. Wow. Okay. Jack Nicholson reportedly insisted on casting Laura Flynn Boyle. Sony were keen to get Nicholson for their Adam comic ankle management, and Flynn Boyle was Nicholson's girlfriend at the time. What the fuck? She was blowing an old man's cock. Robert Downey Jr. and Keanu Reeves both auditioned for the role of Scrad Charlie along with Johnny Knoxville. Imagine Keanu Reeves as that character. I don't think that'll. Robert Downey Jr. also. That's weird because those two. I mean, Keanu Reeves was doing Matrix at the time. I'm surprised he actually auditioned for that role. Robert Downey Jr. was doing anything, so I'm not surprised about that one. He didn't do Iron Man until 2008. What else here? Famke Janssen, the chick that played Jean Grey from X-Men, was originally cast as Serlina and even completed some of the filming, but forced to drop out of the project due to her death in her family. Laura Flynn Boyle was cast in her place. I mean, either or, the movie still would have been good because I didn't like the character. The original pug from Man in Black, first movie, was used to play Frank again, but since the pug was now 7 years old, they used makeup to hide the gray fur around its nose. Yeah, it's sad you don't see it in the third movie because, you know, it's not there anymore, you know, gone. Because, I guess it's messed up to replace the dog with somebody else, I guess. You know, I guess that's what the reason is. Both Men in Black, Men in Black 2, a tandem bicycle decorated with lights can be going past the pawn shop. Bicyclists are actual residents of this area of New York City. Why not? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh yeah, so what's this? Jay's line on the driver airbag actually came with a black dude, but he keep getting pulled over. It was improvised by Will Smith. The producers like it so much, it was made in the actual trailer. Barely Sonnenfeld, the director, Howard was not happy. It was played over and over in the month of June prior to the film's release, making the joke old and tired by the time people saw it in the movie. Yeah, I gotta understand that. They shouldn't do that over and over again like that. That'll ruin it. You know, they should not put that in the fucking trailer. That's a stupid idea to do. Well, that's it. That's it for trivia. Like I said, this movie is the weakest out of the three. Like I said, fucking weak villains. Only good about that female villain is her titties. That's it. And, you know, like I said, other shit is the weak story, lazy writing, bad characters. I mean, I love Rosario Dawson. She's like one of my favorite actresses. She's a great actress. I love her as an actress, man. But her character was pointless too, man. It's like this. You know, I won't say that pointless because it did have some kind of good story around that character. But like I said, there probably was just not there for this movie. I don't know what the guy was doing, the director, but this movie should have been written better than that. If you think about it now, I think Robert Downey Jr. did a better job than Johnny Knoxville. I think Robert Downey Jr. would have been way funnier than Johnny Knoxville in this film. I'm telling you. I think they made the wrong choice because the reason why they picked Johnny Knoxville is because he was famous at the time because he was doing Jackass and yeah, he was doing Jackass. That's why they choose him because he's a popular person at the time. He was still like really relevant, so I went with him. Robert Downey Jr. was a nobody still. He was still getting roles. He was still getting some decent roles at the time, but he wasn't getting like big roles till like later on. He did Marvel shit. But I think Robert Downey Jr. would have a better job than Johnny Knoxville. He would have been way funnier. Trust me. If you watch the Iron Man films and shit like that, you would know if he would have been funny in this movie. If Jack Nicholson was dating Flynn Boyle at the time, would have been interesting if he was Johnny Knoxville's character and he was the bad guy with her. Would that have been a better fucking movie? I think so. If those two are both actually were villains